Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be talking about the How Science Works video. So at the start of the video, they began talking about how the scientific process is not something that is simple or straightforward. The scientific process is not linear, and you don't have to do certain steps at a certain time. The scientific process is something that is very unpredictable, and it's just going to lead you wherever it takes you, pretty much. They use a really good analogy. They referred to it as like a pinball machine, and I think that's pretty accurate, honestly, after watching the video. The certain case study that they used to talk about this was the discovery of the Trogloraptor spider. I think I'm saying that right. So pretty much how this started out, and this is also a really good illustration of the scientific process. But how this discovery started out was a woman was just really interested in caves and wanted to know what lived in them, and you know how these animals that lived in caves survived and things like that. And during one of these expeditions in the cave, she came across the spider, and she took it in a little vial and took a little sample, and was trying to figure out what kind of spider this was. And after she looked at it and did a lot of observations about the anatomy of the spider and what it looked like, its coloring, things like that, she had no idea what it was. So she took it to her colleagues and she was like, "Hey, do you know what this is?" And her colleagues were looking at it, making their own observations, making their own hypotheses for what kind of spider this could be, and they didn't know what it was either. So then she took it to someone else at a different university to look at it, and he made hypotheses that it was a brown recluse, and upon further investigation and observation, he discovered he was wrong. So a big research team with a bunch of researchers and students began diving into books about the different spider families and spiders that live in North America. They couldn't find anything in there either. None of the spiders in the books looked like the spider they found in the cave. They also looked at like spider fossils to see if that could lead them anywhere, and they were also left at a dead end there. So they were kind of stumped. They didn't know what to do, really. So they started asking different colleagues what they thought it could be. They created like a big presentation, had like a seminar for who could identify the spider, and everyone was still stumped. They'd never seen this before, nothing like it. They were talking about how different its spinning anatomy was, and how it had really strong like respiratory system, and its claws were also really different. So after this PowerPoint presentation thing, they decided to write a paper about it, and they thought that this new discovery of the spider could maybe be a new family of spider. And that's something that's kind of scary to, I guess, announce in the science community, because in the video it stated that there hasn't been a new spider family in North America for like over 100 years. So, I don't know. I can only imagine how nervous they were suggesting that, but they sent this paper off to be peer reviewed, and a lot of other scientists agreed that this new spider that they had discovered was completely new, something we'd never seen before. And I think that's really cool, because I can't imagine just going exploring in a cave one day and finding a whole new spider species. That's crazy. But that's the cool thing about science. The process is not linear. You're going to go back and forth a lot, conferring with people you work with, hitting the books, trying to do some research on scientific knowledge that has already been established. You're going to make a lot of hypotheses and a lot of observations, and you're going to be wrong sometimes, and that's okay. They also talked about how after this peer-reviewed article was published, and I guess gained a little bit more of traction, a lot of scientists started creating new questions about the anatomy of the spider, because it was something they'd never seen before. Like I said earlier, the respiratory system of the spider was apparently really abnormal for other spiders, and its claws, I guess, or like I don't know, its legs or something was a lot different than your average spider that you'd see every day. So that is only leading to more questions, more observations, more hypotheses, and more experimentation. That's really amazing. The scientific process never ends. It just keeps going and going. Whatever discovery you make could be the next passion and curiosity of someone else, and they're gonna dig into it. So yeah, thank you.